Look at the crowd control from IHC, man. I just think you don't have enough if you're brute force. You have so many tools over there from IHC to actually peel, to initiate, to get out of like these sticky situations, which are going to happen because of the nature right now of these objective takes. So you have a lot to rely on for IHC with the lineup that they have. And so for brute force, they're going to have to be able to pull something with...
brute force it?
They're going to have to brute force it, Trex, as we jump into the land of Dawn for this best of one between IHC and brute force. We're going to find out exactly, once again, based on this game, ladies and gentlemen, this could already paint the picture for where Group B is going to fall into place and who is going to eventually face off against E7 from Group A. But we'll take a quick look here at the emblems, especially anything sticking out. Nothing too crazy, you know, for the most part. ZX Aura also, this Roger jungle, I think against this Nolan pick was nice, was a good way to flex things. You know, they had it, they held it on, and they flexed it in.
One interesting thing is, IHC confident that they're not, ooh, a little bit of damage on Ethan there, but in comes ZX Aura, able to get the first blood on to Fanger there. Well played, and that's already a kill into that Roger's hands. And if we recall back in the days of Jungle Roger, it's, you know, feed Roger, feed Roger. And as long as you're able to do that, the composition will scale around itself.
You know, yeah, anytime that happens, for Roger especially, you already start this snowball effect. You can do the same thing with a Nolan, though. You know, for Mashiro here, you can do that. So if they are some way able to brute force themselves into getting a kill early on, or a couple, even by the time it's the turtle, then they can actually get the snowball in their favor, because both these lineups are good for that.
What's kind of big here is nobody on the side of IHC picks up the Purify here. Which could work very well for Fanger here. Could get a bunch of those knockups. Same thing for the Farza getting stuns, and same thing for Marbin on this Barat. IHC getting a little bit risky here, kind of maybe relying a bit more on their mechanics to kind of dance around these team fights. But if Brute Force does get any big play, if there's a three-man knockup, you know, Violent Requiem type things, it could be the turnaround at any point in this game for Brute Force. They do have that play potential.
Yeah, the only thing I see, though, is even if you get like a good setup for brute force, it would be kind of difficult to get a quick kill off that. I mean, depending on what Forbid takes for his ultimate, most likely the Feather Airstrike, I don't see anything really else worth taking for them. That could turn the tide of some of these fights. So they already start up this first turn of the game. Let's see how brute force goes about this.
I like the way Fanger's making his way around. He doesn't have level 4 yet, but in comes the Daytona's welcome with that flicker. ZX Aura going to be able to take the turtle, but how are they going to respond to this? Marbin taking a lot of damage. Down he goes. Mashiro as well. IHC comes out on top, taking the turtle and 2 kills in that fight.
And that's 2 kills on ZX Aura. So, you know, that's another meal for the Roger. Continues on at that scaling, that momentum thing we've been talking about here, and you could see it. It was really good usage from Aizen. This is a signature pick for Aizen. The Terizla, he loves it. He was able to zone out members from Brute Force to even get towards that turtle and contest it. And unfortunately, Forbid.
Damage on a Forbid. Forbid is able to just get away, though. Kojic pops that Feathered Airstrike, and that's going to be nothing for Brute Force.
Yeah, nothing they can pick up on. And, you know, that's the thing. You really just kind of have to go about this. Also, real quick, don't forget throughout our event to go ahead and grab the MSC Pass while you guys can. Get that started early while we're here in the wildcard stage.
I haven't done that yet.
You haven't done that yet?
The skin does look nice, though.
It does. You know, I definitely want to... I guess coins, like, I don't know if you've used... Oh, you haven't done that. You have?
A little bit. Guess coins, yeah. NACT's got guess coins now. We do guesses, yeah.
Oh!
It's legit. NACT.
That's new?
Guess. Yep. Last season started.
Well, welcome to the guess coin addiction. Because that's what it feels like sometimes. Oh, I lost all my guess coins. You know? I think for most people, though, when they kind of watch these wild cards, I don't know who to guess, because that's why I don't like doing predictions for wild card, man. When you even look at this, IHC having a heck of a game. Already get that flicker out too from Kojic. There's a response with the Feathered Airstrike. He got his own though, so now they might actually go at this one more time.
Ooh, Fanger though, able to get the Violent Requiem, but nobody's there to help him out. Is he going to be able to get away from this? ZX Aura gets the kill under the tower there. Brute Force getting pushed against right now. Mashiro looks for the fracture. They're able to dash back, but he's going to get knocked up, taking out a double kill for ZX Aura. Now, Brute Force 5-1, 3K behind. IHC Esports taking control.
ZX Aura is going to go ahead and grab this objective on top of everything he just did. Is he still going to go?
Ooh, the Detna's welcome does lock on, but he's just got to be able to try to get away from this. The knockup comes in from Ethan, and comes the penalty zone as well. An aggressive one at that. ZX Aura getting some free shots. Kojic pops the feathered airstrike, but ZX Aura's not stressing about it. Aizen still up and running, finally taken out. But ZX Aura finds one. He's looking for another. 1v4. ZX Aura runs under the tower, takes a shot to the face. Violent Requiem almost gets a knockup, but unable to do it. Fanger finally falls down. ZX Aura still getting away. Knocked against the tower, but he's still alive and escapes safely. Will Forbid picks up a kill against Black March. It's a 3-for-1 trade. IHC on top.
Are you kidding me? ZX Aura again and again and again. Brute Force was trying to just get the kill on ZX Aura, and they couldn't even touch him. What a juggle around for this Roger pick. And now this is full snowball potential. I mean, look at him. And they have enough heal, too, just with the motivational roar from Ethan on this Minotaur pick. So you're seeing that. That was a full-on extended team fight that we just witnessed, where, in essence, Brute Force should have been able to possibly pick up a kill on ZX Aura, but they weren't able to. They're lacking the damage department.
6-0-2. For ZX Aura right now, just locked in the endless battle. He's going to be packing even more of a punch, more cooldown, the whole kit. And that's a fast Roger right there. He is moving. He's got the War Axe in. He's got the magic boots in. I mean, he's got the tough boots in. I mean, and we just saw him. He had no fear, ran into the Farza while the feathered airstrike was going down, up against 4 members. I don't really. What is the answer to ZX Aura right now?
Oh man, the answer is really this. They got to somehow lock him down. It's just what I was saying in the draft, Trex. Part of the difficulty for Brute Force to be able to do that is working against this crowd control. Oh, Bebex.
Bebex gonna get caught by the Detna's welcome. Push back. Wait a second, Ethan here with the oh no, the Minoan's Fury. Able to get the knockup on a Marvin. Marvin gonna get pushed back, taking out Forbid. Able to get the kill there. It's another one in the books for IHC. Write it down, Fanger. Unable to even get vision for this turtle. IHC gonna take another one.
They're going to take this next objective 3 for 3 now, and they'll continue to take the resources around the map too, waiting for that orange buff to take from Brute Force. Going back to it, man, you know, what Brute Force has to do is very difficult because they're playing against the crowd control.
Ooh, penalty zone up against Kojic. Kojic able to get away though. A little bit of damage on him. Mashiro. Final hit. Aizen picks up the kill. That's 1-3-0 for Mashiro. We were wondering which jungler was going to scale first, and it feels like ZX Aura's got it with a sidestep. Coming away from Fanger. And now they may be able to take this tower here. Brute Force has to do something about it.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to hold on to the tier 1 turret right now. Feathered airstrike already used.
I'm offended. Locked up. ZX Aura takes him out. Make that 2. A killing spree for Forbid. IHC just brutalizing Brute Force right now.
Yeah, they're the ones being brutal here. Nearly legendary at that point.
Nearly legendary.
My goodness. Black March using the Spear of Destruction, and he's like, nope, I'm not going to follow up on that. I mean, even under the tier 2 turret, there's no entry point for him at all. He's got, guys, we need some more time. We're not even at the 10-minute mark. It's only 8 minutes in. They still have a Lord coming up here in about a minute. And the way things have been going, IHC should have full control even throughout the Lord. If Brute Force tries to show face around that Lord pit later on, they're most likely going to get just dismantled here. They need way more time to build up as we look at the items. And they're still in the mid lane. You know, this is actually, they're so far, they're so close to possibly getting just pulled in, and that's alone from Bebex. You know, like I said when we saw the draft, there's so much crowd control available to IHC to either initiate, peel, play defensively, and that's what they're doing here. So for Brute Force, you ask me what the answer is for them, man, they need to just buy time. I mean, we're talking about like 5 to 7 minutes maybe.
Yeah, and I think the real what they're buying time for, right, has got to be this Moskov. Yesterday, we saw a lot of teams that fell behind, and Moskov could carry. The possibilities are there. They also are going to have huge burst potential with this Farza. Not only that, but with the Farza, with the Moskov, they have some siege potential. They can kind of hang out and wait, maybe let first, second, let first Lord, second Lord come to them, and they could defend. They have what it takes to be able to do that as long as they play it right. This could really be time to just turtle up, because you're right, there's not much you can do against the ZX Aura except run and hide until that scaling slows down for him.
Yeah, my goodness, too. On top of that, he just got the Malefic Roar, so, ZX Aura is actually just, he's a major problem for Brute Force, but there's also just everything else from IHC, because so far what we've seen from them is overlapping their crowd control really well. Even if it means, you know, sacrificing an ultimate here a little bit early, they play around this the timings really well with the setup that they have. And as we look at the items here, you can already see it. Look at the disparity here, especially, you know, for the gold lane. You know, it's tough to work against.
He didn't pick up a spear. The new I'm having Sky Piercer. And we've been seeing that a lot on Roger, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't pick it up. He went for War Axe instead, which is something we haven't been seeing a lot for a new item. So I think it's an interesting take, at least for IHC, in the way he's kind of using this, getting some spell vamp there, getting some stack damage, but definitely a different route than a lot of Rogers we've seen in the past.
Well, with that, they're going to have to go ahead and defend against this Lord. Conceal already going to be used. Not sure if Fangor wants to jump into that, but it looks like Brute Force will go ahead and clear out the Lord for now. They might still hold on to these base turrets. That's what they want to do.
Ooh, penalty zone into the backside. Followed up by the No One's Fury, but no one's there to back him up. Bibix goes into the backside, speaking of it. Able to get a kill, but goes down for it, but he finds Kojic. A pivotal moment to find that backline mage. IHC able to finally break through the siege. They take 2 inhibitors, looking for the next one. Are they going to move up for it? They don't have the minions. Might be time to back off, go to the jungle, get some gold, and try to starve out Brute Force.
All right, IHC's happy with that. Again, first a Lord, they get 2 base turrets out of it. They don't have to just force this game to end. They can take the discipline route. They're nearly up 10. Well, they are up 10,000 gold. Brute Force, you know, you're looking at how they're trying to defend this, and really that's kind of the winning condition for them. Black March needs these items to be locked in, and then even when he gets them locked in, his positioning has to be crucial, and that takes a ton of micro skill when it comes to these team fights because of the amount of CC thrown at him. Also, game fact here, Bebek decided to be a pro when he was the first to top the leaderboard in Mongolia. I guess that would be a pretty good decision. You know, you top the leaderboard.
That's one of the best.
I'm one of the best. Why am I not?
In the world.
Why am I not getting paid to play? You know what I mean?
Fair.
Make that money, man. Because you're top of the leaderboard.
Chase that bag.
I don't know. You know, have you been on the top of the leaderboard track?
I was actually top 10 USA Khalid for a little bit.
Well, my goodness, that was not what I was expecting.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
All right. Well,
back in my wild days.
Back in the wild days. But again, you guys look at the items here front of the place. You can just see how far Brute Force is behind. And really, once the defensive items kind of get locked in for them, you know, we're talking about maybe the 18 to 20 minute mark for Brute Force, then I think they'll be able to withstand some of this team fighting. But until now, it's more so they just got to watch. Even this Lord, the second Lord, I don't think they can even get into this area without getting taken down. Fangor's going to try, though, but it's just stopped right away, even with the conceal.
He does get the knockup. It's a lot of burst damage on Ethan. If they can get the kill here, it can be helpful, but he's able to pop the crown. Banger on the run now. Black March looks for an angle, but still unable to find it. Gets knocked up, taken out. Another kill on the board. 13-3, Black March down, and that is the thing that is supposed to shred down the Lord here. Brute Force out a valuable piece of material here. IHC looking to possibly try to end this. They got a wave on the bot side, a wave on the mid.
Okay, this could be the game ender, though. IHC, Black March not up for another 15 seconds. Can they defend?
All right, Lord, they're going to try to pull him up to the top side. Fanger takes a ping load of damage. ZXR able to get the kill. Another one onto Kojic, and they're falling short, falling down as IHC stands tall.
And IHC will come out swinging and snowball the game to victory here in a very decisive fashion against Brute Force. Again, this is something we see typically when Rogers are locked in. And Brute Force, although they had a decent draft, I'd say, they couldn't execute it the way they looked for. Again, you're talking about just a Roger, a hyper carry. This is where we are once again, ladies and gentlemen, the change of the meta here. You can see the highlights. You know, it started very early on for IHC. They got some key kills here. ZX Aura really got to just pop off. And this was all after even he survived some crazy team fight. You know, this was the final team fight that they had in the game. But really, it was just I would say the prowess, the fighting prowess of IHC and the lineup that they had that really was highlighted here. The way that they covered each other, the way that they set things up. And at times, I mean, sometimes it was them trying to save Bebek, you know, Bebek from getting taken down on the Ruby. So again, a great performance from IHC for them to go ahead and cap out this game. Of course, ahead of them, they still have one more game there to play out, but this was a very decisive game for them. So hold tight. We're going to be back after this short break for the next matchup.